Welcome students. Today our topic is computer arithmetic. So the contents of our today lectures are computer arithmetic, sign number addition, subtractions, flowchart for sign number addition and subtraction, multiplication, Booth algorithms and flowchart of Booth algorithms. Now, what is the computer architecture? As we know, data is manipulated by the using the arithmetic instruction in digital computers. Data is manipulated to produce result necessary to give solution for computational problems. The addition, subtraction, multiplication and divisions are four basic arithmetic operations performed in the computer. If we want, then we can derive other operations by using these four basic operations. To execute arithmetic operations, there is a separate section in CPU that is called arithmetic processing unit. The arithmetic instructions are performed generally on binary or decimal data. Fixed point numbers are used to represent integer or fractions. So we can have signed or unsigned negative number, the fixed number addition in the simplest arithmetic operations. So a processor has an arithmetic processor as subpart of it that can execute arithmetic operations. The data type assumed to reside in processor registers during the execution of arithmetic instruction. The negative numbers may be in sign magnitude or sign complement representations. There are three ways to represent negative fixed point binary numbers: sign magnitude, sign 1's complement or sign 2's complement. The most computers use the sign magnitude representation for mentation. Now, we design the magnitude of two numbers by A and B, where the sign number are added or subtracted. We find that there are 8 different conditions to consider depending on sign of number and operations performed. So here we are going to make addition and subtractions of sign number. Here we use two terms for addition and subtraction. In the additions we use two number A and B. Here A is known as adjoint and B is known as addend. Similarly, in same process like subtraction, we use two data A and minus B. Here A represent the minuend and B represent the subtrahend. So these two operations are basically performed 8 different magnitude, add magnitude and subtract magnitude. So we consider one by one. First, when A is positive and B is positive and we are making the addition operations, then add magnitude is always represented as a positive. Now, if A is positive and B is negative and we are going to perform the additions, then we use the different cases. Here A greater than B, then subtraction magnitude, basically this addition will be performed like as a subtraction and subtraction magnitude will represent the positive magnitude. If A less than B, then it produces the negative magnitude. If both are same, then it presents the positive. Similarly, if A is negative and B is positive and we are going to perform the additions, then in this case we also perform the subtraction operations. Now, there are different cases. If A greater than B, then we basically obtain the negative magnitude, and if A less than B, then we are performing B minus A and we get the positive magnitude, and if both are the same, then we get the positive magnitude. Now, if both are the negative and we are going to perform the positive additions, then addition magnitude provide always the negative, and if A is positive and B is positive and we are going to perform the subtractions, then in this case we perform the three conditions: A greater than B, then we get the positive subtraction at magnitude, and if A less than B, then in this case we get the negative subtraction magnitude, and if both are the same, then we use the positive magnitude. Now, if A is positive and B is negative and we want to perform A minus B, it means we want to perform the subtraction operation. In this case, the addition magnitude is performed and that provide always the positive. If A is negative and B is positive and we want to subtraction operation, in this case basically we get the negatives at magnitude. And if both are negative and we want to perform the subtraction operations, in this case we again apply three conditions. If A is greater than B, in this case we get the negative magnitude. If A is less than B, then we get the positive magnitudes, and if both are the same, then we get the positive magnitude. Now here we consider basically the hardware implementation for performing the addition and subtraction of these data. So here we basically use two registers, register A and B. Here register A is used for augment in the case of the addition, and in the register B we use basically addend in the case of addition. So the data of register B is transferred in the complementer and data of register A is parallelly transferred in the parallel register. So here is a complementer. This complementer is basically used to determine the addition or subtraction. If we are want to perform the subtraction operation, then we have to put the carry 1, and if we want to perform the addition operation, in this case the input carry, or in other words mode control, will always send to the 0. So in the case of the addition, the mode control bit will send 0, and in the case of the subtraction operation, the mode control bit will send 1. So here BS and AS are two flip-flops which hold the sign bits of the contents of register A and B. So after adding, if there is generated the extra additional carry, that carry is transferred in flip-flop E. So this diagram basically denotes the hardware implementations for the addition and subtraction. Now our next topic is sign 2's complement addition and subtraction. So basically when we want to perform the addition of the signs 2's complement, then we again use two registers. First is register B and second is register A. AC is known as a accumulator register and B is another register. So the contents of register B is transferred in this complementer and parallel adder register, and at the same times the contents of accumulator register is transferred here, and after performing the addition, the result is again shifted in the accumulator register. Now here we perform two operations, addition and subtraction. So in the case of subtractions, the minuend value is put in the accumulator register and subtrahend value is put in the register B. And after making the subtraction, as we know that subtraction is always performed using the 2's complements of the subtrahend. And when we perform this, the result is again transferred into the accumulator register. If there is an overflow bit is generated, then this bit is transferred in flip-flop V, and after performing this we complete the subtraction operation. If we want to perform the addition operation, then we put the argument in the accumulator register and addend in the register B, and we perform the simple addition accumulator plus contents of the register B, and result is again transferred into the accumulator register. So, and there is any type of the overflow is created, then that is put in the overflow flip-flop V, and use finally we finish our addition operation. Now there is a flow chart that is used for addition and subtraction of sign number. So here we use two way. First one is subtraction and second way is addition. Now, and we use two register A and B. In register A we put basically minuend, and in register B we basically put the subtrahend. After that we basically pass the sign bits of register A and register B in the flip-flop AS and BS. This AS and BS are basically processed by the XOR gate. If the output of this XOR gate is 0, in this case we can say that the sign of both registers are same. It means sign bits of the both registers are the same. In this case we can say that AS equals to BS. So if AS equals to BS, then in this case we basically perform the subtraction operation, and in this subtraction operation we basically use the 2's complement of subtrahend and add with the minuend. If any additional carry is created, then we transfer this carry into the flip-flop EA, and we set the overflow flip-flop with 0. After performing this, we always check the value of A flip-flop. If this value is 0, it denotes the contents of register A is less than contents of register B, and if value of E is 1, in this case we can say that the contents of register A is greater than or equal to contents of register B. If the content of register A is less than B, then we basically calculate the complements of the content of register A, and then we add the 1 bit to make the 2's complement of A, and we basically swap the sign bits of AS to AS, and finally we get the result in form of A and AS. Now, in this side, if result of your contents of flip-flop E is 1, it means value of register A is greater than equals to B. Again we check the contents of A. If contents of A is not equals to 0, in this case we finally give the result A and AS. If the contents of A is 0, in this case basically we set the sign bit of register A with the 0 and give the final result in terms of A and AS. Now here, if the contents output of the XOR gate here is 1, in this case we can say that the sign bits of A and BS, AS and BS are the different, and when these sign bits are different and we are going to perform the subtraction operation, so basically this operation automatically shifted this into the addition operation. In the addition operation, we basically add the content of A and B, and if there is extra carry is generated, that is shifted in the EA, and we basically set the overflow flip-flop with the value of E, and final result is given by the A and AS. Now, in the second side, we observe the addition operation and we put the argument in the register A and addend in register B. Again, we check the sign bits of AS and BS passing the XOR gate, and if the value of this XOR gate is 1, it means the sign is different, and if that is the sign is different and we are going to perform the addition operation, that will denote the subtraction operation. If the sign is the same, it means we can say that AS and BS sign is same, and in this case actually we are going to perform the simple addition. And in this case we basically perform A plus B, and if any result is transferred in AE, if there is any extra carry is created, is shifted in E, and we set the flip-flop AVF with E. So that is flowchart basically denote how we perform the operation of the sign numbers in the arithmetic. Now, our next topic is multiplication. So, multiplication is basically just simple operations. In this, we basically use the BS denote the sign of multiplicand and QS denote the sign of multiplier. So, first we basically pass the sign of QS and BS with the XOR gate and result in transfer into the AS. Similarly, we again pass the sign bit of QS and AS with XOR gate and result is transfer into the QS. And we basically set A with 0 and flip flop E is set with 0, and SC is a sequential counter that is denoted the number of multiplier bit. So here we mention n minus 1. Here we basically not use n because n minus 1 denote the number of multiplier bits. Here we remove one bit for the sign bit. So if Qn is 0, in this case we basically perform the circular shift, right, EAQ forms, and we reduce the sequential counter value by 1, and again we check the condition of sequential counter. If sequential counter is not 0, in this case we again repeat our process. If value of sequential counter is 0, then we stop our operation. If QS value is 1, in this case we basically perform the addition operation, and making the addition operation we basically again shifted the EQA form and again reduce the sequential counter value, and if this sequential counter value is not equals to 0, then we repeat process, otherwise we stop the process. Now, next topic is Booth algorithm. Basically, Booth algorithm is used for sign numbers multiplication, and this always used in terms of the binary integer forms. So, Booth algorithm give a procedure for multiplying binary integer in sign 2's complement representation. It operates on the fact that a string of zeros in the multiplier require no addition but just shifting, and a string of ones in the multiplier from bit weight 2 power k to weight 2 power m can be treated as a 2 power k plus 1 minus 2 power m. So, for example, the binary bits 001110, basically it denotes the positive 14 has a strings of ones from 3 to 1. So, value of k is here 2 power 3 to 2 power 1. Value of k equals to 3 and value of m equals to 1. So, the number can be represented as 2 power k plus 1 minus 2 power m. So using 2 power 4 minus 2 power 1, it means it denotes 16 minus 2, 14. So that denote the magnitude of this number. Therefore, the multiplication of m cross 14, where m is the multiplicand and 14 the multiplier, can be done as m cross 2 power 4 to m cross 2 power 1. Thus, thus the product can be obtained by shifting the binary multiplicator m 4 time to the left and subtracting m shifting left once. Here, hardware representation are required for the Booth algorithm. So here we are using two registers BR and AC. Here we basically use here BR the multiplier and AC is the multiplicand, and basically SC is a sequential counter, and this the value of sequential counter is basically set with the number of the multiplier bit, and after multiplying one by one we shift the contents of the bits using AC to QR, and QR LSB bit is shifted Qn plus 1. So here we observe this diagram here. Sign bit are not separated from the rest of the register. Rename register like AB and Q as AC, BR and QR respectively. Qn designates the least significant bit of the multiplier in the register QR, and flip-flop Qn plus 1 is appended to QR to facilitate a double bit instructions of the multiplier. So that is the flowchart that show the basic operations performed in the Booth algorithm. Here we set the flip-flop A or register A with 0 and Q1 bit with 0, and we basically use M and Q. M denote the multiplicand and Q denote the multiplier. Sequential counter is basically set the number of bits of the multiplier. Now here we text Q0 and Q1. If these bits are 1 0, it means we have to perform the subtraction operation. It means we have to perform A minus M. It means that is the subtraction operation, and performing this subtraction operation we basically shift the result arithmetic shift right in the form of A, Q and Q1, and after performing this shiftings we basically reduce the counter value by 1, and reducing the counter value 1 we again check the value of the counter. If counter is 0, then we end the process. If value is not 0, then we repeat the process. Now again, if Q0 and Q1 denotes 0 1, in this case we basically perform the addition A plus M, and same process is repeated here. Similarly, if both values are the same, it means either 1 1 or 0 0, then in this case we basically perform the shifting operation. We don't make the addition and subtraction. And after performing shifting operations, we basically check the counter value. If counter value is not 0, then we repeat, otherwise we finish the algorithm. Thank you.